Ambassador Zekhar's chitinous claws scraped against the polished obsidian of the War Council's table as he leaned forward, his compound eyes reflecting the harsh crimson lighting of the Vortak command chamber. The assembled generals and admirals of the greatest military force in the galaxy shifted restlessly, their battle scars gleaming under the artificial suns. "You speak in riddles, old one?" growled General Thaxmore, his cybernetic implants humming with barely contained aggression. "The humans are a primitive species. Their homeworld hasn't even achieved interstellar travel beyond their own solar system. What threat could they possibly pose to the Vortak Empire?" Zekhar's mandibles clicked in what other species had learned to recognize as nervous laughter. He had served as an ambassador for 3 centuries, witnessing the rise and fall of dozens of civilizations. None had unnerved him quite like the humans. "Primitive." Zekhar's voice carried across the chamber like the whisper of solar wind. "Tell me, General, what do you know of Earth's history?" "Barbaric. Violent. They wage war on their own species." Admiral Vextala interjected, her scaled hide rippling with disdain. "Their technology is centuries behind ours. Their weapons crude. Their ships barely capable of reaching their nearest neighbor." "Precisely." Zekhar's eyes glowed brighter. "And yet, in the span of a single planetary rotation around their star, they have progressed from throwing rocks at each other to splitting atoms. They have gone from riding beasts of burden to breaking the sound barrier, from sending messages by fire to instantaneous communication across their globe." The War Council exchanged glances. Progress was typically measured in millennia, not decades. "Furthermore," Zekhar continued, his voice dropping to barely above a whisper, "they are the only species in recorded galactic history to have developed nuclear weapons before achieving faster-than-light travel, and yet have not destroyed themselves." General Thaxmore's laugh was like grinding metal. "Nuclear weapons? Those ancient toys? We have planet crackers, reality bombs, dimensional rift generators. And how long did it take your species to develop such weapons after achieving spaceflight?" Zekhar interrupted. The silence stretched like vacuum between stars. The Vortak had required nearly 10,000 years of interstellar expansion before developing their first planet killer. "The humans," Zekhar said, rising to his full height, "have a saying, 'Necessity is the mother of invention.' They have spent their entire evolutionary history fighting their environment, fighting predators, fighting each other, fighting extinction itself. Every challenge has made them stronger, more adaptable, more ruthlessly innovative." He activated his portable hologram projector. Images of human warfare flickered in the crimson light: medieval knights, World War trenches, modern soldiers, but also hospitals, rescue operations, scientific laboratories. "They are a contradiction that terrifies me," Zekhar continued, "capable of breathtaking cruelty and boundless compassion, often within the same individual. They create art that moves souls to tears, then weaponize that same creativity to devise new ways of killing. They sacrifice themselves for strangers, then genocide their neighbors over invisible lines on maps." Admiral Vextala's scales had begun to shift to a pale, fearful hue. "What are you suggesting?" "I am suggesting that a species capable of such extremes, when faced with extinction, will not simply roll over and die. They will adapt. They will innovate. They will find ways to hurt you that you cannot imagine." Zekhar's claws extended fully. "The humans have a military doctrine they call mutually assured destruction. They built weapons capable of ending their own civilization specifically to prevent their enemies from conquering them. And you believe they would apply this same logic to an interstellar conflict?" General Thaxmore's voice had lost its earlier bravado. "I believe," Zekhar said, his compound eyes fixing on each member of the council in turn, "that if you corner humanity, if you threaten their existence, they will surprise you. They will adapt faster than you thought possible. They will create weapons you never conceived of. And they will not stop until either they are extinct or you are." The War Council sat in silence for long moments, processing the implications. "They are still primitive," Admiral Vextala said finally, though uncertainty colored her voice. "Yes," Zekhar agreed, "but they learn quickly.